Welcome to Shardcast, the Brandon Sanderson podcast. We're a bunch of mega fans giving you the news, discussion, and of course, all the things about Brandon's works and the Cosmere. I am Eric, and joining me is JordanCon veteran Rosemary.
Hello, everyone. I am Kaymyth on the forums. I am also the official, quote-unquote, moderator for the panel, just because Billy knows me, I think. So I will do stuff like try to keep track of time, but I also have ADHD, so good luck with that.
And also joining us, we have Evgeni.
Hi, hold up. I forgot I have a thing.
Oh, okay, great. A bit. I love bits on this show.
I brought things to show you guys.
Okay.
And I've been looking for a way to turn this into a contest so I can hand out little meaningless rewards.
Okay, great.
Something that is not for sale or for anything. I just want to show off. This is you're not going to be able to see anything.
Try and hold it to one of the cameras, maybe?
This is whatever I say it is because you can't see it. It is the Cosmere symbol on leather.
Is it one of these?
Yes, it is one of these, yes. A friend of mine made this for me, which is great. The thing that I am going to try to find a way to give out to you that has monetary value of about 30 cents a piece.
Wow. What a deal.
Are these Cosmere Christmas cards that you can actually buy from the Dragonsteel store, but there you have to pay money, and here you don't.
Wow.
And so we have Santa with a mist cloak, and we have Santa with a shard blade, and ran out of hands. And we have Zeth with Nightblood, who has been making a list. Turning everyone who's naughty into investiture.
Love it. My favorite part is that the cameras are off center, so they probably couldn't see any of that on the recording. So that's my favorite part.
This is the benefit of being here live.
That's right. So if you didn't know, we are doing a live show at JordanCon, and woo! And it's so humbling that you all are here. So the VOD's going to be a little different for this one, and hopefully the audio isn't completely awful. Yeah.
Oh, I'm Argent. I forgot.
Oh, great. Also joining us all the way from the UK, first time to JordanCon, is Ben.
How are you guys doing? Two things to show myself today.
Okay.
This Eric will kill me if I say too long. One of them is going to wait until the end. So if you guys stick around until the end, I'm just very excited to show you. For the people listening, it's the thing. This will be posted in a couple of weeks, right?
Like May 7th. Also get closer to the microphone, Ben.
Yeah, and so for people recording, it's the thing that we announced a couple weeks ago, but you guys will get it first.
Yes.
The second thing I want to show and tell is I want to show you Evgeni. I want to tell you it's his birthday today.
That is true. That's true. That's a fact.
Happy birthday, Evgeni. And yeah, I'm also Overlord Jebus.
And lastly, we have Joshua.
Thank you. They call me jofwu on the internet, or jofwu, or various other things. And I'll be holding my own microphone, so if there's audio problems, you can blame me.
So, we are going to have spoilers for one thing in Secret Project 3. But we're not going to spoil the Stormlight 5 prologue or any other secret projects. So that is what we are going to do.
Also, the rest of the Cosmere as well.
Oh yeah, the full Cosmere spoilers and everything else.
We're talking about just one thing in Secret, that's all.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we already did that. So, what we are going to talk about today is a small topic about the Shards of Adenalcium. Yeah, no. Not too big of a deal. Oh, wait. So we're going to go through and talk about... Well, mostly what we're going to be doing is hypothesizing about hybrid shards and various combinations of the sort, and we have lots of very fun things for that. And you're going to be able to suggest some hybrid shards, and we're just going to go off in directions. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. So I wanted to start with asking each of you which shard of Adenalcium would you like the most, and the reason why we have to talk about Secret Project 3 is because we got a new shard in Secret Project 3. So virtuosity. So we're at 15 of 16. So Rosemary, what shard would you like to hold?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that nobody who knows me was the slightest bit surprised that Whimsy is the most likely one to fit me, and there really isn't any other that would work nearly as well. Some of you may not be as familiar with 17th Shard, but I have long been the grand unicorn of 17th Shard staff.
This is true.
I have had a My Little Pony PFP since nearly the beginning, which is basically a pony version of me, and it's perfect.
And
I'm Daphne.
Would you have a second choice for the shard that you would hold?
No, I mean.
Well, what if Whimsy was already taken? You gotta pick one.
Then I would steal Nightblood and kill Whimsy's holder.
Okay, alright. Good talk.
Exactly.
Yeah. Evgeni, what about you?
That's my name.
Yes.
So there are two answers to this, and one of them is correct and the other one is. The correct one is that I would probably want to hold preservation. I am very much about not doing things and keeping things the same, and I don't like change, and changes, if not scary, then at least inconvenient. And so the idea of grabbing the shard and just making sure that things first thing upon my ascension that I would do is I would make things the way that I want them while I still have the will and the interest to change things, and I'm just going to keep it the same. And everyone's going to be happy as long as their happiness is defined by my happiness.
Oh, great. Yeah.
There's also more like dominion there, as we call it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that is the incorrect answer.
Ben, what about you?
So I have two bits.
Okay.
I have number one, I always like to say ambition, just because I like to think of myself as an ambitious person. And as soon as I heard that was a shard, I'm like, that's my shard. I like that one. And then my second answer is I quite like the idea of devotion, just because I like giving, I like devoting to people, and also I like also being devoted to. I'm standing here for the Romanians, people there to see us all, and I'm like, yeah. This feels good. This is really guys. I know there.
If you were giving, wouldn't you want endowment, Ben?
Yeah, but then.
Okay, all right. Josh.
Yeah, so I am an engineer. I'm a structural engineer. I would pick invention.
Shocking.
Because I think that would be really cool to see what I can make with full.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. Second pick is a lot more difficult. I'm going to go with autonomy. Partly because no one else is talented, but I will say that during a COVID lockdown, I realized that I'm extremely introverted person. I think I would deserve autonomy to be kind of like really honor. So I don't know how healthy that would be, but so.
Great. So I would pick, my top choice would be Ruin.
Oh boy.
So here's the thing. Brandon has often told the story about how, like, someone cut him off in traffic and he wished violence upon them and was like, wow, I'm horrified about that. I'm going to write the Reckoner series, which is about, superheroes, but they're all evil. And me, I'm like, yeah, but if someone really cut you off in traffic, like, wouldn't it be fun to lightning bolt them? And it's like, that's the thing with Ruin, right? That's like, if you're swerving around tons of traffic, I mean, like, you need a lightning bolt. Like, if you're going around, like, it's just crazy.
I don't know, I feel like that's more of an odium thing.
Well, fun fact, Rosemary, my second choice is odium, so I'm a very nice person.
Eric, you are terrifying.
Look. After my ascension, there would be a lot of change, and, you know, it would work out great for anyone who I choose to keep alive.
I, as Whimsy, will turn all of your evil plans into cartoons.
Ooh, okay. So
Ruin feels like the most fun chunk. You know?
Ruin?
Before it really like gets stuck in the it.
Yeah.
It's just fun to write stuff.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about the way you guys think about fun.
It's fun.
That doesn't sound fun. Ruin's fun.
Yeah. So speaking of shards, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to go through a variety of hybrid shards and a few things that we've come up with there. And what we're going to do after that is I've put the 15 shards that we know on screen. We got Ruin, Preservation. Words are hard. I'm so tired. You have no idea. Devotion, Dominion, Honor, Cultivation, Odium, Endowment, Autonomy, Ambition, Invention, Mercy, Valor, Whimsy, and our new one, Virtuosity, and come up with some hybrids. So we're going to spitball for a bit, and if you have some crazy combos that you want us to freak out about, then yeah, that's what we'll do. And so, Rosemary, why don't you start us off with some horrifying combination that probably involves whimsy, huh?
No, I'll start with ambition and invention. That's pretty freaking horrifying.
That is horrifying.
I mean, that is just, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be terrifying, and it is going to be all of the technology ever, and it's not going to care when it destroys on the way. And I am not close enough to the microphone.
That's true, yes.
For Eric's taste.
Yes, correct.
But yeah, ambition and invention, I mean, oh boy.
What would you name that?
Technological hellscape.
Would you call that progress? Venture capitalism?
I think that one of jofwu's combinations.
Oh, okay.
Venture capitalism.
Okay.
Yeah, this is progress without any breaks.
Got it.
The other thing is really whimsy with literally anything.
That's true.
But obviously I love whimsy. I love the idea of whimsy. I think whimsy is possibly the best and potentially most terrifying of the shards, because whimsy's just like, I'm going to do it for whatever. But whimsy combined with any other shard is going to completely bork the magic system into something fantastic that we can dissect and investigate and never understand, because it's always going to run on some form of cartoon physics.
Right, because it won't have like rules.
No.
Right, because
there
it'll just
will
be
be
whims.
Rules, but whimsy can change them.
Right.
On a whim.
Right.
So, Rosemary.
Yes.
I want to take a moment from our precious time, which we have so little of, and talk briefly about whimsy.
Yes.
Because this is a shard that we know literally nothing about other than it exists.
Hey,
and
how dare you?
Hi, Eric. In previous conversations that we've had, we've discovered that some of us view whimsy very, very differently.
That's true. Yes.
So for the sake of us all being kind of not on the same level, because that's too ambitious for us, but at least reading the same book. What's your idea of what or who whimsy is?
I do think that, I'm picturing whimsy as whatever whimsy Shard World is an adorable cartoon, danger-filled hellscape.
So like Happy Tree Friends?
Yeah, that sounds about right, except probably more. He said Happy Tree Friends. If you don't know what that is, you're far too young.
I was going to say look it up, but don't look it up.
It really depends on how warped your sense of humor is.
I feel like whimsy is the most vessel dependent because it's all based on the whims, right?
It's true. The vessel is going to have a decent amount of... I do feel like that is one shard the vessel is going to have a decent amount of...
There's a huge amount of wiggle room with the concept of whimsy, that you can have the same ruin.
And sometimes whimsy is wonderful, and then sometimes whimsy is terrifying. It just sort of depends on their mood.
Yeah. Any of these shards are so terrifying because it's just this one divine trait to like the infinite degree. And so all of these are terrifying. Even something like honor, it's like, well, maybe oaths aren't always the best thing. And maybe preserving isn't always the best thing when you just always preserve and not think about anything else.
Case in point, but the Lord Ruler was a perfect specimen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did great.
There were other.
The unknown factor with whimsy is the most terrifying part. Whimsy is more terrifying to me than ODM or Ruin or any of those. At least I don't know that they're scared. Whimsy like that. I'm imagining living on Whimsy's planet and like waking up one day and finding out that everybody's dead because they just thought it would be fun to do something different.
Right.
Yeah.
Wake up one morning, oh look, my feet are alligators. Crap.
Yeah.
Not again.
Today I decided gravity would be this, so have fun with that. Evgeni, why don't you give us a hybrid?
Cleanse everyone's palate from my house.
Yeah.
If you're going to me, you go away from nonsense. I think we
Oh, great. Great.
So I have a combination that I have yellow or blue on my fingers.
Those are indeed different colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can call
Are those the Shards colors that you're going to have?
Yes,
there?
actually.
Okay.
So
That's a great tangent. You could go off of color and its spiritual whatever.
Oh,
Great.
yeah, add it to the outline. And
Oh, great.
most of us will not see that.
Yeah, great.
And
Perfect.
just get to it naturally. So
Perfect.
I want to lead into this by talking a bit about myself, which is how I lead into most things. I am as a consumer of media, whether it be a books, movies, games. I am a kind of the paladin, the holy warrior archetype lover. This is something that's always been appealing to me, which I don't know how my atheism fits into that, but I haven't examined quite. So, but the ideas of like dedicating yourself to a cause and pursuing that cause with righteous fury and burning away into those in the meantime. There's a couple of shards that I think embody different aspects of that, and I would like to see those shards combined. And so what I'm thinking here is we take honor, and we take valor, and then we smash it together. You were doing a pantomime, and then you abandoned me.
Well, I kind of smashed them together while also bringing them in to you again.
Oh, you stole my shard. So yeah, valor and honor, I think would combine quite nicely, and by that I mean quite terrifyingly, into the shard of crusade. It is a shard, or zeal is another one that I like. Can I convince you that this is the correct product at least? You probably not, but I like those two words a lot as a mouthfeel. But I go with those.
Honor and valor would have the most terrifying Knight's Radiance.
Yeah.
You know, like just think about that if it was those two shards. Like,
they lean heavily on the knight part of my rating.
Yeah. Oof.
But yeah, so I'm envisioning like holy warriors that are fanatically dedicated to the cause, and they're not about the journey as much as they're about the destination. You know, they are going to be very much ends justify the means.
Yeah, much more goal-oriented. Yeah, I agree.
Rather, I think the way they would think of it would be the way I think of it, which is for the greater good.
Oh,
as defined by us.
So Teravangian the shard, only not Odium.
Only not Odium, yeah.
Yeah.
Another aspect of Teravangian.
Oh, great.
We need to do an episode where I talk about how I think Teravangian is right about a lot of things.
Oh, good. Great. What could go wrong?
You're missing devotion in all of this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm missing. Throw it in there.
You have to have a dash of devotion.
Well, okay, so you say that, but I think we can get away by kind of utilizing the aspect of honor, which is about oaths and pacts, right? So maybe it's not so much they believe in this cause, it's that they have said, okay, well, this is what we are going to do. And maybe you can force people into that. Let's not go there.
Ben, Give us a combo.
So I've got two that I've written down in the sheet, and I thought of the third while we were talking. So the first one is one I've liked for a long time, because it's one that people theorize and talk about a few times, because it's something that has a possibility to happen, which would be a combination of honor and odium. And I've always really liked that as like a vengeance shard, like revenge or revengeance.
It's a good video game.
I am vengeance.
And unfortunately, it's actually, we took different shards, but we ended up at the same place, where it would be kind of, you get powers if you swear like vengeance, so you swear to like, if you've been wrong and you want to get back at the person who wronged you, that's when powers start coming into effect. That kind of thing, almost like a oath battle kind of thing. I've always really liked that one, and it wasn't because obviously there was some like archive and on splinters, and so it's could it be done? Could it be possible? Maybe. But yeah, I've always really liked that one. The other one I came up with was I wanted to come up with the scariest one I could.
Oh, okay.
And I thought Ruin and Odium was too easy. Because I thought Ruin and Odium, that's like
the shard of right cons.
Ruin and Odium is just like desolation, just pure destruction.
Hateful destruction.
Hateful destruction.
Right.
Annihilation.
Annihilation. Loads of good ones. So I wanted to go scarier. So I went Ruin and Dominion. So shard of just do what I say, or you will be destroyed. just pure, like, if you were not under my foot, you don't exist.
Oof.
Yeah. So I thought that one was scary. No idea what I call that. Tyranny.
Ooh, tyranny. Ooh.
Yes.
Audience participation right there. Nice. Solid.
And then I also had, while we were talking, I was thinking about how did we want to talk about virtuosity as because it's the newest one we've got. It's the one we probably know the least about. One thing we do know is the word comes from virtuoso, not virtuous.
Yes.
So it's about artistic
Stuff.
Yes.
I know words, guys.
Yeah.
And so I thought one that would be really interesting would be virtuosity and odium. And the reason I say odium, the reason I say odium is because odium, he thinks he's passion.
Yeah, the emotion part of it, right?
Yeah, there's like the emotion part of
Yeah.
it, where you know it's all kind of emotions swung into one with hate at that core. But like, I feel like that just blends really nicely with virtuosity. It's incredible art that come out of it, you know.
Really, really good at playing the instrument, but he keeps breaking him on stage.
It's like very aggressively plucking the strings.
Aggressive, yeah.
Totally smash at the end.
Yeah.
The bow gets crazy.
Yeah. Josh, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm going to continue the trend of terrifying combinations. I picked Invention and Dominion. Because I think these two would make a really cool science fiction novel. This is like Air Blade Cosmere. I'm imagining Invention combined with Dominion turns into this terrifying shard that's just like feeding people this technology so that they can take over the rest of.
That's the one I call venture capitalism.
Is this not just like Amazon?
I am Jeff Bezos.
I was thinking cyberpunk, the shard of cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So I call it progress, not in the sense of like a positive term of progress, but the shard thinks that it is the shard of progress. The same way Odium thinks it is the shard of emotion. So its idea of progress is whatever it needs to do to take over. Yes.
Oh, it's like the Disney villains. It's like, all in the name of progress. Yeah, that kind of progress. Yeah.
So, but you know
It's not science.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Harmony is talking about like oh, when you guys discover the radio, that would be so cool. Like dropping hints. No, this shard is going to his people and being like, I know you just invented fire yesterday, but here's some new technology. You're gonna need this so we can build spaceships so that we can take over the next planet ASAP.
But you, Eric?
Ooh, so I also tried to think of the most terrifying combinations I could. And so, of course, that involved whimsy. Again, gotta go back to whimsy. And so I gotta start with whimsy and odium. So that's
start with that.
Yeah. Let's start with that.
Where do you end?
So I would name that chaos, and that's not meant to be a pun on my username. But I think that's very fitting for this one, where it's just not only is it just I'll just do whatever I want for whatever whim comes to me. It's just the pure emotion. So it's just like you just get all sorts of random crap all the time. Great.
Shard of bipolar.
Shard of bipolar, yeah. And just more than bipolar, just like any pull, really.
That's better than the Shard of loot box, which is what I was thinking, which is another way I get random crap all the time.
Yeah. Yes. And so I also
Fabulous shard.
I also did a triple one, so whimsy, ambition. What would even whimsy and ambition be together like that?
Go with this.
And then let's just add in ruin there and see that one. I think that one's annihilation. It's like all these rules in the universe. I don't like that there's rules. I'm just going to unravel the entire universe because I don't like how the universe operates on rules, and so I want to unravel the entire thing.
Or possibly it's just the cartoonist that tortured both Daffy Duck and Yakko Warner in cartoons by messing with them.
Who needs space time?
Yeah. Yep. So those are going to be my two. Those are very nice. Really, whimsy with anything, you can really just do some terrifying things.
I already said that.
I know. But these were on my list, so before you said that, so.
Hey, I don't know what we planned for this, but do you think we can go to the audience and see if they have any?
That was exactly what I wanted to do next, Evgeni. Thank you for that. Fantastic.
We don't normally get to have this kind of audience tradition.
I know, so.
Raise hands.
Yeah, what shard combo do you think?
Oh, actually, do you want to just pull that out? This is reasonable.
Yeah. See, I'm totally going on the positive side.
Okay, positive ones.
Like invention and and cultivation. Right. And I see that as being like, in space where
Yeah.
It would already,
Yeah, that's very much like invention's just like the science fiction shard right there, right? Like we're gonna see more of that in science fiction land, and invention cultivation, that's a good one.
I really like that because that trope in science fiction where you have organic space. Fires.
That is basically Boya from Farscape right there.
Or anything but HR Geiger.
That's the darker version,
Then I think right behind Lauren.
So I have that one as well. But the one I would want to combine whimsy with, that I think is less dark, maybe, would be mercy.
We have some
they're
thoughts.
whimsical thing based in a core of a merciful side.
But you never know who they're going to be merciful to.
So there are opinions on this. I don't know about this panel, but on this podcast.
Yeah.
That mercy may be a lot closer to mercy killing.
Yeah.
Than being mercy.
It really depends on the vessel there. Like mercy.
I'm taking the worst interpretations of all these shards. I do think it's possible that's an element of mercy, but I do see mercy as a positive one. It's like
dark Shardcast.
The true Shardcast are dark.
Mercy, whimsy probably wouldn't be the worst of these. That could be okay.
It comes because we know that mercy was involved with ambition, right? So that's kind of ambition was splintered and mercy was somehow involved, so
which side?
I'm trying to think what's cool about mercy.
Oh, see, that's why we had to prep some, because I wouldn't think that we'd be able to come up with pithy names off the top of our heads.
Say how about that?
Empathy? Ooh, interesting. Although that almost sounds maybe a bit more like maybe odium mercy in a sense. Like you could maybe interpret odium in the more emotion side and in that way. But
I still think that's Ray's just being very self-delusional.
Well, that's very possible, indeed. Yeah. Let's do another one over here.
I'll continue the trend of going with whimsy, but I think whimsy and virtuosity.
Ooh.
And I think I would call that either inspiration or the muse.
Ooh. John, my brain immediately went to that. Do you know when you see those like AI generated like art pieces? Oh, just have some words. It's really fucking crazy art. That's what my brain immediately went with.
So it's interesting because I also had an instant image in my head, and it was kind of this very pop culture image of Da Vinci, which is the mad artist.
I'll take that shot.
I sort of got like abstract art vibes where it's just like, wow, you have no idea what's going on, but there's definitely something, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting things going on in the head of that artist.
Yeah.
So the whole world would be very pretty.
It would be very pretty, but very weird, but probably not like deathly. So that's nice. Probably. Ted.
So ruin and whimsy would be the Joker.
That really is. I just want to see the world burn because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
And I really enjoy how everyone seems to think that whimsy is the most interesting shard.
It's such a good aspect of the divine that like isn't in the list. So I just love that. Like it's a less serious one, but it can be just really bad. So I love it.
It's really interesting to consider all of the shards that we know. I mean, virtually all of the shards, right? In the context of these are aspects of divinity, right?
Yeah.
They're not just some attributes. Like almost everyone has ambition, and everyone like hates or dislikes things, or adheres to some code of honor and things like that. But taking that to the extreme and beyond, and turning that into an aspect of the divine, like what does divine hatred mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And with so many of these, you can go back to like the old world pantheons, where the gods were, I was going to say emotional, but that's not the right word. The gods were human enough that you can relate to them, but also so much more.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder where Zeus's proclivity for interaction with rainbow.
Easy endowment. Easy endowment.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about Zeus's endowment. Let's go to another one.
Going along with Mercy as this, for me, probably mysterious, but Mercy with ambition.
Oh, no.
Ambition the ambition part would justify how it's going about accomplishing goals by saying, well, it's because I'm being merciful and that I am getting rid of what's in my way.
Oh, that's just Terravention all again.
So many of these just turned into Terravention.
Yeah. He's going to say all of them. Oh no.
It's like the 6 degrees of separation, but like all the shard combos, they just come to Terravention eventually. You can justify whatever you want.
Oh no, it's going to become the JordanCon.
That would be an ending of the Cosmere, that's for sure. You wouldn't see that one coming. Other ones.
I was going to kind of about what you were saying there with Percy and Ruin, kind of like destroying to save.
Yeah.
Mercy of the universe, destroy everything to save everything.
Everyone's suffering. I must end it all.
You can almost see that maybe as like I want to solve injustice type thing where I need to destroy someone doing horrible wrongs to prevent greater wrongs even. Yeah, it's fair.
There's inevitability to that shard. It's not just that, but it's an aspect. Drew had a thing, and there's no one else.
Yeah, so dystopia, autonomy, and dominion.
Oh no.
We know about autonomy in the context of Cosmere, as a card.
That gives me
really careful on that one though.
That gives me major like Rapture vibes from BioShock. You know?
We already know in Arcane Unbounded, or rather, I guess Secret History,
autonomy has shut down access to the planet.
Yeah.
And then if you add Dominion into the mix, it could get real dystopian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's also like a 1984, freedom.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like false crimes different than anything.
It's so sad that so many of these shards are dead because we'll never see any of these combos. Maybe they can be reformed. Oh no.
These terrible things can't happen to us.
Good thing Whimsy's probably still alive, so we got all that potential.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I honestly can't wait to see Whimsy on screen.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I want to see Invention.
No matter what Brendan does, it's gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be so good.
Most of the time I'm dead.
No.
Don't say that, you're gonna make me sad.
Rosemary, there could still be a Whimsy planet even if Whimsy died.
Why is Whimsy staying on planet?
I mean, that's true. Whimsy is probably moving around. Yeah.
Who knows? It depends on. We know how investiture works with shards. It tends, if they want to invest in something, it tends to stick them there.
Yeah.
And I imagine Whimsy wanting to have their whimsical little playground.
That's possible. You could also see them just sort of moving around. I love how this is just basically Whimsy fast, really. Great.
So we were talking about invention basically being the sci-fi shard, about the technology and stuff. So if you combine invention with cultivation, you might get a sort of balance there, sort of technological advancement paired with, I don't know, sustainability or love for the planet.
Didn't we get that a little earlier?
Yeah.
I think we did.
That was one.
But sustainability is a good combo there.
We got a name for it.
Yeah.
You guys are way better at this than me.
Yeah. So, what I wanted to do now, unless there's any others, you can do maybe one more. But yeah.
Oh, we got one more.
Let's do one last one.
So I had a different take on autonomy and dominion.
Okay.
In self-mastery.
Self-control. Yeah. The Dustbringer shard. So now that we have the 15 of the 16 shards, and maybe something like Wisdom is maybe the 16th, I wanted to talk a bit about, it's a bit of an end of an era, and what sort of divine aspects don't we have? What do you want? What sort of thing is not on this list? And honestly, the most amusing one that I came up with is anxiety. Anxiety of the shard. Just divine, just overpowering anxiety. That sounds fun, right?
The shard of 2020s.
Yeah, 2020s, yes. Another good one would be apathy. Just like, I don't care.
So are those divine characteristics?
I think that could be cool. I think those could be cool. Like, just divine lack of caring. Yeah, I think that could be cool and interesting.
The shard of not giving up.
Yeah, exactly. Rosemary.
So I have one that I think is very glaringly missing, and I'm calling that one trepidation. It is the idea of, sure, I can do the thing, but is it a good idea? We can also call this the Jeff Goldblum or the Ian Malcolm shard.
That's actually the vessel.
I love that.
Just because you can do a thing, think about it for a minute, and is it a good idea? Because I really think that none of the shards actually do that. And I feel like that is the biggest piece that is missing from the cosmic whole.
Evgeni.
So I thought about this more than I thought about anything else in this podcast, which means I spent like 30 seconds on it.
Oh, great.
And the one thing that I came up with a few things. The first thing I came up with was something that I call sanctity. Something that I find is missing from the Shardic pantheon in general. And maybe there's no room for it in there, but like the sense of holiness and sacredness and sanctity, right?
Okay,
so
interesting.
This concept that you are at least as a user, somebody connecting to that shard, you're deriving magic from like your sense of awe and respect and belief that the thing that you are interacting with or the thing that you are doing is in some way holy or divine.
Interesting.
So that's one that I really like. The one that I like a little bit less, but still don't hate, is hubris. The Shard of Pride.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
And I came up with this when I was thinking back to the idea of like classical pantheons, right? Hubris is such a divine attribute.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
All of the gods are so full of themselves.
Yeah.
And then every time they smack humans.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, but who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't feel pride sometimes is definitely what I wanted to say. But also hubris is just a fun word.
I was going to say, a lot of the shards, like, what's kind of like really cool about them is the way that the idea of podium separated from everything else about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The idea of that pride separated from everything else.
In no context.
Yeah.
And it's more than just pride, right? It is an overwhelming, overpowering sense of I am giving you praise.
Regardless of what they are.
Yeah.
Surrounded by flames. This is fine.
This is fine. I'm doing amazing.
The Shard of Gavilar in the prologue.
No, we're not doing
That's
that.
all I'm going to say.
We're not doing that.
Anyway,
it's the exact opposite for Rosemary. So it's like, a good idea. That you were just like, this is a great idea.
I'm with you and yet a normal person.
Those are the ruin preservation pair for that. Yeah.
Trepidation and hubris. It has a ring to it.
Yeah.
And so.
Too bad there's only one he's missing.
Well, yeah, we'll figure it out. But the final thing that I have on my list that is not a shard, but I thought was cool is I was Googling words.
As you do. Okay.
Quite Saturday night.
Yeah. Okay.
Dear Google, tell me words.
Tell me words. Word of the day.
It's like if Tinder and Wordle had a baby.
Oh no!
And I call it Worther. So all we
What?
Worther.
What? Where are you going with this?
I'm gonna get it.
That sounds like
Okay.
I don't know where I'm gonna get there.
This is all being cut. It's all being cut in the bottom. No, just kidding.
You can't get it live.
No.
Hello, audience.
Hello.
I love you. But yeah, so it's just an app that you get words on the screen and swipe left. It's all right. I don't know all the words, but one of those is good. One better. Anyway, so the final one is Concord, which is a cool replacement, I think, for Harmony.
What does Concord mean?
It's the opposite of Discord.
No, Harmony is the opposite of Discord.
Yes, I'm saying a different name for Harmony. If Harmony is the shard that is opposite of the idea of Discord, then Concord would be a different name for Harmony, and I like the name Concord.
Okay.
Also the name of a plane that doesn't fly anymore.
Commercial message. Very specific shots.
Ben, it's your turn.
It's my
Some shards.
Was that your guess, Charlotte?
The problem here was shards that we think we would want, but that we don't think we're going to get.
Yeah.
So I wrote down wisdom. Because it would be funny to say how I don't think that wisdom is.
Okay, you don't think it's the 16th one, okay.
Just because the main reason people think this is a shard is because it's personified a lot in the Cosmere as it's, wisdom told me better than to do that. Oh, I don't like that stuff. So yeah, there was. Okay.
You have another one, Ben?
I did. I also had another one, which I think you mentioned empathy earlier. But I also always really liked Odium's all emotion kind of thing. And so I wanted a shard that just kind of does embody all emotion. Like, like empathy or just emotion. Just something that kind of embodies the really human aspect of these are divine attributes, so the really human aspect of faith, where it's like the fuzzy warm feeling that people get in the prairie, that kind of thing. And so
well,
it's that kind of thing.
I like empathy because I feel like Odium doesn't own emotion, right? But there's not really like it's sort of separated into several other shards, but I could imagine like a different shattering where there could be a shard of empathy, right? So that's very plausible to me.
Odium is always, so ever since we got like his full definition in Overlord?
Yeah.
I've always liked the idea that Odium is really less about Odium and more passion or emotion and more about like strife.
Yeah.
I think that fits really well.
Yeah. Josh?
Yeah, so I was trying to think of like things that to me are divine attributes that I feel like Seth missed. And so one of them was actually thinking about emotions, because there's not a whole lot of, it's a pretty narrow range of emotions represented to me. The glaring one is this is joy.
Joy, okay.
That seems to me like it's a really strong emotion, but it's a very different kind of emotion than what we see from Pokemon. I guess maybe you don't like it in some things, but that to me, I think it would be really fun about it. It's just like really good. Oh, I think of what's the name? Person. Yeah, the emotion. Inside Out. Yeah, the main character of that movie, like just make her a good shard. That'd be great.
Yeah, that is just simple.
Well,
You're not wrong. Wait, shot. Yeah.
And so another one I thought of was the exact opposite of what Katie's talking about. A little bit similar to Rosemary was the shard of humility. And so I was actually thinking about it kind of a different way though. I was imagining like how the shard interacts with the people that it's related to.
Okay.
I was thinking you really have this like magic system where like the shard is interested in people who are not interested in serving themselves with their power. I thought that was like a really wholesome magic system to see the shard interested in, not interested in itself, but it wants its people to also not be interested in themselves.
People who are human. People who are humans.
I'll say one more, which just kind of gave me, which is the shard of contest, which to me was like this idea of a shard that's really interested in competition, but in a very like relatively safe way. Like they're not interested in like conquering planets and killing people, but they're just like maybe really interested in sports and really interested in more friendly competition. I think just like he just really loves competition.
Maybe like a rivalry.
Yeah, okay. Last one I have is good old Justice. Justice has always been a theorized shard, and it's kind of unfortunate we won't get that one. But you know, there's only got to be 16 of them, right? And like we have a pretty good list. I really liked all the ones we've gotten since Rhythm of War and on, and Virtuosity is nice because that artistic aspect. You know, we didn't have that. So.
Yeah, it's funny when we were talking to Aegis about Bench. What was the other one that we thought? Ingenuity.
Ingenuity, yeah.
Because Brandon kind of dropped out on accident in a backwater country in Eastern Europe.
And so I always kind of didn't like the invention of the shard. So it was always like, I feel so man-made. I feel like there should be more. I like creativity as alternative. I feel like we've almost got that kind of the invention being the man-made creation of science, and then you've got virtuosity for that more organic, emotional creativity.
Yeah.
I really like that we got those two abilities are really well.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think we ought to go to who's that Cosmere character, Ben?
Right. Let's just sing the theme song, guys.
That's going to go well.
Yeah. So we were going to have a slideshow of the clues, but then we didn't do that. So sorry about that. So you're going to get the proper Shardcast experience where we have no idea what the clues are, and we put them on screen on post. So there you go.
Stare at the ceiling as we try to remember things.
Yep.
Yeah, that I'm ready to take notes.
Okay, great.
Because I always do that.
Yep.
I don't.
All right, Ben.
Cool. Okay, so the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to have us play, and then I'm going to have you guys raise your hand if you have a guess, and then you or pick someone at random to guess from the audience.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't think you can right.
Oh, so the audience is going to play.
So the audience is going to play.
Okay.
This is going to play.
Okay.
We're going to do it right if you guys want to play, right?
Are we going to say
See, that's
We just didn't talk about this in advance, Ben. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so this one was sent in by Steinbridge.
Yeah.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Nice. This character has dark eyes.
That really narrows it down.
Not Paladin. Oh, I need to do the rules. I'm supposed to do the rules.
Right. You're fired.
Very, very quickly, guys. So, welcome to that Cosmere character. This is the game show where people send in 5 clues and a character to wtcc at Shardcast.com. And then we go through the clues, and after every clue, people have a guess on which character they think it is. And then if at the end of the 5 clues someone's got it, then they win, and if they don't, then they suck. And yes, right. So now that you guys know what
There's the rules.
There's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Right, so we have a Kaladin, it's not Kaladin. What is, you think of anyone with dark eyes? So just put your hand up.
Don't shout out.
Bayon.
It's not Bayon.
You have Bayon on your mind.
It doesn't matter what the first clue was. Who is Bayon?
Bayon, dear audience.
Bastion.
Nope. Sorry, what was that one?
Bastion.
Oh, it's not Basher.
No. B is in Bravo. Bastion, the Unmaster.
Oh, that guy.
Of the highest non.
Also not Basher, the Unmaster.
So we just got a twofer right
And also,
there.
yeah, Josh, so you want one guess from the audience about that clue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna have a fun guess because those are fun and go with Mario.
It's not Mario.
All right, let's take down the low-hanging fruit and Vale.
It's not Vale. Eric.
Let's just go with Tien.
It's not Tien. Okay.
Right.
So that was clue number 1 was this character has dark eyes. Clue number 2 is this character's died.
Are you sure it's not Tien?
It's definitely not Tien or Mario.
Is it Taft?
It's not Taft.
How dare you?
Still
Too soon.
Lights on.
It's not Lysol.
Dunny.
Not Dunny.
Okay.
I just can't even think of people who have dark eyes, and I know it's so many characters. I'm just
Maybe that is hereditary to make us think of
it usually is with eye color, to be honest.
So we'll give the audience another guess.
Yeah, let's do it.
Very urgently putting that hand up.
And it's also very far from like
Yes.
Is it Zed?
It's not Zed.
Oh, very nice.
I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass. You can give it to one of them. I don't know what's going on.
Ben.
Say it again.
Ben?
It's not Ben.
Too soon.
How dare.
Ellen.
It's not Ellen.
Ooh.
That's not
Okay.
Also, how dare.
Clue number 3. By virtue of their childhood, they have an unexpected access to a cosmic magic system.
What?
Well, I think that's rules.
What?
Prophet.
Say again?
Is it Prophet?
It's not Marathon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, he's dead too. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is it Lift?
It's not lit.
Oh, that's right. He's not dead. Even taking notes, I can't keep track of all clues.
So, can you read number 3 again, Ben? What is that? What?
So, by virtue of their childhood, they have an unexpected access to a cosmic magic system.
What the hell is that? I'm gonna guess rocks.
It is not boys.
But that's
not that.
Also not dead.
Well, he kind of died.
He did kind of die.
And he was very unexpectedly given not, I mean, what is accents, right? Like,
okay, in that case, I'm just going to say Kelsier and just.
It's not Kelsier.
I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I actually have no idea if that's true or not. Ethnicities are weird in the Cosmere. I don't know.
Anything, Rosemary?
I already guessed.
Oh, you already guessed. Oh, well, in that case.
I guess someone who is still alive because I don't.
Clue 4 is this person has a trust problem.
Are you sure it's not them?
Yeah, right.
We all have a trust problem.
Except for
It's Jess.
Jess?
Is it the little girl in Shadows of Silence?
It's not the little girls that show.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, I've got a guess. Is it Zane?
It's not Zane.
What does Clue 3 mean?
He almost got the spike when he was a kid.
What does that mean?
Susan's wrong.
Hey, it is Susan Brock.
Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, that makes sense.
That's great. The eye color thing was.
Yeah, of course.
red herring.
Of course, every time.
Every time it's
Every time it says dark eyes, that's usually the case. Every single time.
Alright, how do you feel about it? Do you want to do another one? Or?
Let's do one more.
Yeah, we do one more. Let's do one more. Cool. Okay, this one is from someone called Lyriel.
Oh, yeah,
This character has considered getting into acting.
Getting into acting?
What?
Let's go with Wayne.
It's not Wayne.
I mean, he kind of already does act all the time, so, I mean.
It's not Shalom.
that's true. That's good. You can name like any Light Weaver.
This is going to be some offhanded mention somewhere where somebody's like, oh, you should have done theater.
Is it Tenzin?
It's not Tenzin.
Well, actually, no. So it will be in half an hour.
Alright, so I am thinking, seems like that was Milan, but so I'm gonna guess Milan.
Sorry, I just launched for Tenzin. Sorry. It was not.
You have to check to see if it was Milan.
You're so good at this, then.
Fantastic.
I haven't guessed, and I'm guessing Lysol.
It's not Lysol. I think it's all of those.
Yeah, I think so.
Clue number 2. This character has an unnamed mother.
Oh, yeah. Of course, all of you in the audience, you watch Shardcast, so that makes it a hilarious joke, of course.
It's only like 40 characters in this Lysol.
Is it Void?
It's not Void. I like it.
That's a good one.
Calcium?
It's not Kelsier. Does it actually even exist in Arrow?
I don't know. But he certainly got the showmanship for it.
Shalon?
No, it's not Shalon, no.
Who wants to be an actor?
No, it's not
The Lopin. The Lopin.
It's not the Lopin.
Okay.
Ben, am I going to hate this?
I think you're going to hate this. I think you're going to be annoyed by yourself.
But let's just go with Siri.
It's not Siri.
I'm just gonna go with unnamed mothers that I can think of and like Vena's mother. I don't know.
I am going to guess Laros.
It's not Laros. The Shard preservation.
Perlaris, yes.
Okay, clue number 3.
I don't know why it's switched.
This character has a habit of pacing while talking.
What?
It's not shy.
Interesting.
God, I just can't remember physical details like that at all.
Is it Nohadon?
What's that thing?
Nohadon?
It's not Nohadon.
Oh, no, that's good.
Definitely not named mother.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we know his mother's name.
Technically true, right?
Yeah,
Is it Ellen?
It's not Helen.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, I got a batshit guess. We'll try Steris.
It's not Steris.
Because I mean, she has to act all the time.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
not considering.
I know, but we already know we're gonna hate this one.
Yeah.
I'm going for the dumbest possible interpretation here.
Fantastic.
Dalinar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dumbest possible interpretation.
It's not Dalinar. Eric, did you go?
Did I? I don't even know.
Yeah.
No, I said Siri. I said Siri.
No, that was last
That was
one.
last guess.
That was the unnamed
Yeah,
mother.
because I guess preservation after that.
Oh God. Savannah. Whatever. It doesn't matter. She has an unnamed mother. That's all that matters.
Clue number 4, this character doesn't like heights.
Oh, that's such a specific one too.
Also, kind of clicks his fingers before he his hand.
Okay, is it Eric from White Sands?
Oh.
It's not Eric from White Sands.
Yeah, not me.
Sorry, it's
More
not
from
Eric from White Sands.
Is it Zigzal?
It's not Zigzal.
Who like specifically mentions they don't like heights? You know?
No, I don't think it's
There's something.
I can't remember that. I think that would be a thing that I would identify.
But that's not right.
I have the reason for that.
Can we, let's do that after the podcast.
Renard?
It's not Renard.
Oh.
But Renan has a named mother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, named his mother. I hate all of it.
You're getting welcome, audio listeners, for that. You know, I just gotta go off more unnamed mothers, and all I can think of is Spencer from Skyward. And it's like, that's not, I know that's not.
It is not Spencer from Skyward.
Okay, great, that's fine. That's fine.
Z Nightshade. My favorite name in the non-Cosmere.
Z Nightshade is an amazing
I
name.
wish my name were Z.
Well, that's right. Who's deciding it was Nightshade? What a good name.
Right.
You can still change it.
I've told this story before, but I think it's a great story that I will keep repeating. There was a place that I worked in where I worked with a person whose name was Alistair Nightingale.
That's just an evil villain name.
I know
Straight up, it's so
this
good.
person other than they had the best name.
That's a solid
I
name.
know that guy spotted at least 2 goals at dawn.
Alec?
Say again.
Alec?
It's not Alec, no. I think he doesn't like heights either.
That's true, yeah.
Something.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to guess the sibling.
But their mother does have a name, it's cultivation.
Yes, but that is the only name for the vessel of cultivation. We don't know the real name.
Okay, I think that's all about this.
I don't even.
I didn't guess, but I don't know.
I have no
I can
idea.
give you a free. You can guess justice. like how one of these.
Strongest injustice?
The Shard of Justice.
Is there one more clue?
There's one more.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
You reread all of them.
Yes, so I guess I'll do 5 or reread all of it. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so all of them again. This character has considered acting. This character has an unnamed mother. This character has a habit of pacing while talking. And the final clue is, the fourth clue is this character doesn't like heights. The fifth clue is this character has a habit of tapping a cheek while thinking.
Wow.
Wow, this is terrible clue.
This is very specific if I knew what it was.
It's not Nalani.
Is it season?
It's not Caesar.
Oh, yeah. Help us, audience. You're our only hope. This one's a tough one, Lariel.
Say that one again.
Weed finger the blood fever?
It's not weed finger the blood
Oh yeah, I remember weed finger.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Moraines.
Say
Moraines.
No, it's not. I was going to say, actually, notice that the subject of the email is clues not relevant to the plot. I'm enjoying this.
Okay,
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Alright, let's go for Vasher.
It's not Vasher.
Rushu.
It's not Rushu.
Lift.
It's not Lift.
Tin.
Everyone call it
There are
out.
only about 3,000 characters. We can get there.
We'll get there eventually.
Shay Wondersoul.
Not Shay. I'm going to go for 3 more guesses from everyone collectively.
Wendell.
It's not Wendell.
Pixies.
It's not Ixies.
Pixies.
Oh, Axis Deflector. It's not Axis Deflector. Anyone else?
Let's go with the first swarm.
Ted. Oh. It's not the first swarm. Let's go with Ted for the final guess.
Serene.
It is Serene! Oh,
Wow. Ted nailing it here. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does have an unnamed mother. That's right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this special JordanCon episode. And you can find us on JordanCon for all news, discussion, theories, and fun that you could ever want. There's been so much to talk about with, just a little bit that happened in March. So there's been plenty to talk about in the Brandon Sanderson fandom. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube. You can leave us a review on iTunes. You can support our Patreon for a mere $1 and vote for great art. And, we'll see you all next time.
Bye.